If you like this video, please press the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, and also give it a thumbs up. The science denier label is an ad hominem, that is a personal attack. It harkens back to Holocaust deniers who were Nazi sympathizers that denied the reality of the Holocaust despite the overwhelming evidence. So basically, the use of the label is comparing creationists and others to Nazi sympathizers. The notion behind this label is that the person using it thinks a particular theory is irrefutable science. Consequently, anyone who disagrees with it is simply denying it. This ignores the fact that there can be legitimate reasons for questioning even well-established scientific principles. One possibility is that the person to whom they are applying the label has not had the concept presented to them properly. Another legitimate reason would be that they do not trust the concept because of who is pushing the idea. Climate change is a good example of this. The third legitimate reason is that they see possible flaws in the idea. Whether or not they are correct is a different matter, but you are not going to convince someone that they are mistaken about something by calling them names. This is a common problem with evolutionists. They will often resort to name-calling of one sort or another. This is a sure sign of not being able to actually answer objections. When they think they can answer an objection, they usually will. However, inevitably, evolutionists will resort to some form of name-calling, and science denier is one of them. There are many problems with using this derogatory label, but we use creation and evolution as an example. One of the big problems with using this derogatory label is a misunderstanding of creationists. Besides the fact that this label compares creationists to Nazi sympathizers, it also implies an irrational reason for not accepting evolutionary theory. This is despite the fact that there are plenty of rational reasons for rejecting universal common descent evolution. The number one reason is that the proposed mechanism has never been demonstrated to be capable of doing the job required of it. In order for universal common descent to be possible, it needs a way of producing new complex specific information. Organisms somehow need to acquire the information necessary to produce hearts, lungs, 2 types of blood cells, wings, and many other structures, including many of the complex structures that are found in every living cell. Before you can claim universal common descent is a viable explanation for the diversity of life, you need to demonstrate that it is a possible explanation for the diversity of life. This requires explaining the production of what adds up to gigabytes upon gigabytes of new complex specific information that needs to be produced. It is not duplications and not degenerative mutations. It is completely new information capable of producing complex structures that did not previously exist. This is just one of many highly rational reasons for not accepting universal common descent evolution. Another aspect of this derogatory term is that some evolutionists have stopped seeing science as the theory and the data. They actually give evidence of seeing themselves as the science. This attitude was evident in Dr. Fauci of COVID-19 fame. When asked about the science, he replied that he was the science. Even if a statement like this was intended tongue-in-cheek, it still shows how they see their relationship to science. Ultimately, the use of such a pejorative shows an unwillingness and even inability to deal with disagreement. If they were as objective and open-minded as they claim, they would not use such pejoratives. They would be willing to hear people out who disagree with them and try to understand their position. However, the reaction to both creation science and intelligent design shows an attitude of arrogance that even if they were right would prevent them from learning anything from their opponents.